Hey everybody, it's Steph from the Hot Moon Podcast, and what a shame the Chicago Bulls franchise has become. Since Jordan left, the franchise was just kind of like in disarray, and, just mediocre. Then, they had a sliver of hope when they got Derrick Rose from Memphis, and, it was like, okay, look, they got a mini Jordan facsimile, at least somebody who can be a box office draw, and boy was Derrick Rose a draw. And not only that, he wins MVP at 22 years old. Until this day, he's the youngest MVP in league history. Absolutely incredible, right? And just a couple years later from that, gets injured, and there goes the Chicago Bulls, right? And then after the Derrick Rose era, that's it. I mean, the Chicago Bulls, Jordan laid such a foundation to set this franchise up for decades to come. In terms of just being a premier franchise, right? A franchise with winning history, the Bulls era should be a huge selling point. It's not about playing in the shadows of Michael Jordan or anything like that. No, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, be a great. Be like Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a selling point. Come here, play for a team. Eclipse what Jordan does. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying a player will, but you have to sell something, right? And the Chicago Bulls franchise rarely gets talked about. Okay, they're just another garbage team in the NBA, and it's like, considering having arguably, if not the greatest player in NBA history to grace their court, and to see what they are now is absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. I don't pay attention to the Bulls in terms, because there's nothing to pay attention to them about until they have foolish news like this, right? Well, you can even go back. They had a horrible trade. Finally get rid of Zach LaVine, and they got their own 2025 draft pick back. Zach Collins, Trey Jones, and Cameron Herter. What a mess. What an absolute mess. But news like this, they're saying that Lonzo, the Chicago Bulls had turned down a first round pick for Lonzo Ball. I almost thought this was NBA Sentinel, not Central. No, this comes from NBA Central. Okay, I don't know how legit this source is, but clearly it's making some cycles, so it gotta be true. According to league sources, the Bulls had a firm offer to get a first round pick and take future money for Lonzo Ball and extend him instead. Good news though, 12 of the Bulls players are signed for the next season. They can't just re-sign Josh Giddey, running back, and chase the play in again. Okay, they want to extend Lonzo Ball. Okay, listen, good for Lonzo Ball that he's still in the league. It didn't look like he was about to, finish his career in the NBA, considering how bad his knee was. So I'm happy that Lonzo Ball is back. I mean, he's missed a lot of games, a lot of seasons. He's missed 2 seasons or something like that, right? So it's good that the brother is back on the court and everything. And not only do they extend it, they give him a $20 million extension. You know what I'm saying? For a player averaging 7.2 points, man. I mean, this is Chicago Bulls business, man. This is why this franchise will never amount to anything, man. Again, you're Chicago Bulls. You're Jordan branded. Jordan, greatest player ever for your franchise. I mean, we should be. I've always thought, like, why don't we ever talk about the Chicago Bulls in the likes of LA, Boston, New York, like the Knicks? No. I mean, you would think the Chicago Bulls would be a perennial contending franchise with the winning legacy they've had in the past with Michael Jordan. And no, I mean, it's like the Bulls, if they never had Michael Jordan, I mean, will this team have moved already? You know what I'm saying? Would the Chicago Bulls have been out of Chicago? You know what I'm saying? Would this franchise been defunct already, reduced to a G League team? I don't know. This is just, I mean, when they do business like this, it just makes you scratch your head. Okay. And they seem like they got fleeced on that Zach LaVine trade. Okay, then they're talking. Then they don't want to offer up a first round pick for Lonzo Ball. I mean, Kobe White should be wanting to be out of here. Kobe White's been having a great season. He's been very good for the Chicago Bulls. But you know what? They're not a premier team. They're not televised that much. Why would people want to watch Chicago Bulls, right? Kobe White should have been on the table. Kobe White should have asked for a trade, but he's young. He wants to get his money. I understand that, but, he's going to be a big fish in a small pond, and I mean, a big, yeah, I know, right? And like Chicago is not a small city. It's one of the top largest cities in the country with an NBA team that's being ran like this, right? I mean, you see all these teams, these young teams building, outside, like they're like, okay, it's like the Bulls and the Hornets bad. You even got Detroit Pistons making a move. They're in the playoffs. They're currently in the playoffs. They're in the playoffs right now. What is it? Is it Bickerstaff who got fired from Cleveland and now he's doing his thing quick turnaround in Detroit. Right? What's going on with Chicago? What is going on with the Chicago Bulls? Man, what a shame. Jordan's not there all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just Jordan retired on the Hornets. Now Jordan's focused on NASCAR. Don't even want to talk about the Bulls. Nothing about the Bulls. I mean, what Bulls got nothing to sell. They had the biggest thing to sell, Jordan. Biggest thing to sell, winning tradition, winning culture. And they never truly embodied that forward and carried it over, man. What an absolute travesty of a franchise this has been. Man, you would think the Chicago Bulls would be just a legacy franchise, a cornerstone franchise in the NBA. Having the greatest players to ever grace that arena, all the championships, the dominant run they had in the 90s, right? Then you fast forward a couple of decades later and look where we're at, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.